It's week 43 of Roaccutane, and what are we doing in the car? Why are we in a car for Roaccutane video? That's weird, right? Well, we are on the way to the hospital right now because I need to take my blood so they can make sure that I'm all good, all my liver panel tests are good, and all that stuff is good, and I'm clear to keep taking Roaccutane, which I always am, but you know, it's just formalities for them to take a blood sample. Anyways, I was supposed to go in sometime at the end of last week, but they messed up and made the appointment for a different day than they told me, and forgot to call me and remind me. Lots of weirdness. Anyway, so I'm out of Roaccutane. Well, okay, I'm not out of Roaccutane, but I would have been out of Roaccutane on like Saturday or something. So what I've been doing instead of taking 100 milligrams is I kind of like tapered my way down. So I've been taking 80 milligrams, and then today and tomorrow I'm going to take 60 milligrams, so 3 pills instead of 4 pills. And then on Wednesday, I have my appointment to see my nurse/doctor and get a new prescription. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to the hospital right now, get my blood taken. Also, as many of you guys do, or maybe don't know, you have to go fasted to your blood test. So that means I think like 10 or 12 hours of not eating. So I just haven't eaten since I ate my last meal last night. I got me a banana. Banana, 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 Tim Thibodeau right there. All right, guys, so how am I feeling this week? Well, my face is so much more clear. I had these really bad things up here, and I'm hoping I can find the video. I took a video of it, and my forehead was just looking reckless in the middle of this week. You know, it was looking really bad. And it's funny, Roaccutane changes how quickly your blemishes go away. Like, you can still get some pretty severe blemishes while you're clearing up, but they go away in like, you know, 2 or 3 days, instead of sticking around for like 2 or 3 weeks, which is how a lot of my old zits and cysts would stick around. As far as side effects go, I'm feeling great. My back is a little bit sore. That's kind of something that reoccurs, you know, it goes on and off, but it's not something I really have to worry about. My lips are super dry, as always, and my face is kind of dry, but honestly, my face isn't really that dry compared to most people. I sometimes will even forget to put moisturizer on, lotion, and it's not even a big deal. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm a little dry, and then I just go sweat and it doesn't matter. Now this is week 43, and from what I'm seeing in the forehead blackheads and zits that are left, I would say I'm probably about 8-ish weeks out, but it'll be cool if we go a full 52 weeks. Really make sure that everything is completely dry and clear, but also it'd be really funny to be like, oh yeah, I was on Roaccutane for an entire year. I tried to set a world record, even though some people have been on for like a year and a half or 2 years sometimes. So I'm almost to the hospital, but before I get there, I have about like 3 minutes. I'm gonna answer 2 questions, and then I'll answer the rest of them at the house. So the first one comes from Duca Swag, and he says, what happens with the cystic acne? Does it just go away, or do you have to get them surgically cut out and removed? That sounds like a horror story. You don't have to do anything with your cystic acne. Just don't pick at it, don't touch it, and Roaccutane will take care of it over time. It's probably gonna be the last thing to go. If you have cystic acne, all the other acne is gonna start going away, and you're just gonna be like, why do I still have these huge moundish mountains on my head? But eventually, it really will go away. You can see that I barely have anything. I can't even zoom and focus and drive at the same time. See, like, I have little red marks, but I don't have huge cysts anymore, where I used to have like marble-sized cysts. I joke not. It was really bad. All right, guys, so here we are at the hospital, pulling in. I'm gonna go get my blood taken out of my arm, and hopefully she doesn't stab the hell out of my veins and arms, because last time I was sore for a week, and today is arm day, so I'm really hoping that she doesn't wreck it and she actually finds the vein. I mean, I'm more vascular right now, she should be able to. Anyways, the last question I can answer before I actually go in and get my blood taken is by Adrenaline Fiend, and he says, how are you so happy? It seems like you're always in a good mood. Honestly, I don't know how else to put it, but I honestly am always in a good mood. I mean, at least most of the time, unless I'm tired or something bad happens, but it's just life. Oh, we lost me. Where are we? There we go. Life is just so much more fun when you're happy. I mean, like, legitimately, fake it until you make it. Now, I'm not faking it, I'm seriously happy, but if you're not, you know, if you're not always happy, then just try to be happy. Try to be upbeat, try smiling when you're not ready to smile and you don't want to smile. Try to, like, bring your energy levels up when they're not up. And eventually you'll just be like, wow, this is so much more pleasurable to be happy, to be pleasurable around people, to make other people happy. It feels good intrinsically, and then you just feed off your own happiness. I guess that was kind of a roundabout answer, but that's what I can think of, man. I love being happy. All right, I'm having an impossible time finding any parking, as you can see, but I'm gonna find something, and then I'm gonna go get my blood test. I'll update you guys in a second.
1 hour later.
Ow! Every time now. Every time they manage to make it hurt. Like they're tearing my vein out of my arm. Like it seriously feels like the needle has 4 edges and it's just turning while it's inside of my arm. And they have to fill like 4 different vials, so it's in there for like a minute and I'm just sitting there staring at the wall just like, oh, the pain is real. What I'm eating right now is this banana because I haven't been able to eat for like 12 hours and I just had to wait in the, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I had to wait in there for an hour while I was starving. First world problems. Oh, no, it's so good, calories. Oh, calories, I love you, I miss you so much. Anyways, let's go home so we can answer the rest of these questions. Alright, so I'm back from the blood test, back at the house, and what I always do after I get a blood test is I chug a lot of water, usually like, I'd say you guys should at least get like 8 to 16 ounces, but I'll usually chug like 40 to 60 ounces just so I can start to replenish my blood because I did lose a pretty decent amount. There was 3 big vials. I also have some food with me. I got some chicken teriyakis. It's like rice, chicken, some sauce, and a little bit of bread. All that is there just to bring me back to a normal level before I go work out in 3, maybe 4 hours from now after I edit this video that you're watching. So the next question comes from Matthew McIntyre, and he says he gets a lot of joint pain when he's on Accutane and it almost stops him from being able to even work out. Now, I don't get that bad of joint pain. Unfortunately, I can't like really relate super well with people who get super bad joint pain, but as soon as I get any sort of pain at all in my joints, I just stop that exercise. So what I suggest you do, if you do get joint pains while you're on Accutane, try to find different exercises that will put less stress in the joint and more stress into the muscle. That way you can still get a good workout, but you're not going to kill yourself. You're not going to be feeling your knees just light up while you're doing squats or whatever. Maybe you can do leg press or something just to still get a workout, but not hurt yourself. The next question comes from Nervcod, and he says, how do I avoid getting acne on my shoulders and my upper back? Now this usually comes from people doing bench press and they're either wearing a tank or a thin t-shirt or a white beat or something where they can get sort of in contact with that bench, which has a lot of other people's sweat, a lot of other people's dirt, a lot of gross stuff, right? So if you have your skin in contact with any machines or anything at the gym, you probably will break out there, and that's a good way to, you know, stop that breakout from happening. Make sure that you don't have contact with those benches. Also, if you're in your car and you drive around shirtless, this has happened to me before. I started noticing I got some acne on my back, and then I was like, you know what? I drive around all the time putting my back sweat or whatever, my black oils onto the chair, it dries, and then I sit back down and like reignite all that stuff. It's very gross. So always make sure you're not in contact with things in the world. Make sure you're wearing clothes or there's some sort of barrier between you and the nastiness that is other people's public germs and your own. And the last question comes from Eric BC, and he says, how do you get rid of dark spots while you're on Accutane? Basically, dark spots are like these little spots that formulate from you having acne and cysts and zits and all that sort of stuff, and they kind of stick around even after the white part of that goo is out of your zits, which is kind of gross to talk about, but you know, this is Accutane, so let's talk about it. Anyways, you can't really do anything to get rid of those dark spots. You can't pop them, you can't, you know, put ice on them or anything. You just have to let them go away. Now they're going to take a long time. Like I have one here on the side of my face. I don't know if you can zoom in on that or not, but I've had that for probably like 3 or maybe 4 months. And the best way to get rid of these things is just not to play with them, not to pick at them, just let them do their thing. And over a course of probably like 5 to 6 months, you'll start to see them fade, and over a course of a year, that's how long you're supposed to wait till you start doing anything about scar treatments or dark spot replacement or anything like that, any sort of therapy. You're supposed to wait 12 months after you're done with Accutane and then start worrying about other treatments to fix these spots. So just be patient, Eric. Alright guys, that's it for the questions on Accutane. Real quick, I want to shout out my boy Darren Anderson. He's in the UK, he's turning 18, maybe 17, but anyways, his birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, buddy. I'm really excited for you. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this episode 43 of Accutane. Hopefully we can be clear by 52, you know, in another 9 weeks. I'm hoping that I'll be clear then and I can stop then, and it'll be a cool way because I'll be like, yeah, I took Accutane for 52 weeks, a whole year. I haven't said this in a while, but guys, please don't worry about your acne. Don't go out and be so self-conscious. Go out and just act normal. Just love yourself, enjoy yourself, live your life however you want to, because if you don't worry about your acne, then no one else will. That should be my slogan. I should patent that or trademark that or whatever it's called. If you're not worried about your own acne, no one else will notice it. Thank you guys so much for the support, all the comments, all the likes. These videos get the most views out of any of my channels, so that just means that you guys love these, and it just means so much to me that I have so much support on this really long treatment that I'm taking. It makes it a lot easier for me to go through this and to stay positive through the whole thing. So please continue commenting and you know, encouraging me and telling me, you know, that it's getting better or it's getting worse or what you think I should do. All that is greatly appreciated, so thank you very much. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Other than that, this is Team Beyond the Week. Lift heavy or die MIRIN.